Machete in the shadows, whispers of fear and despair. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the park, I tried to focus on the rhythmic splashing of my fishing line hitting the water. The tranquility was soon interrupted by an unsettling figure emerging from the east end of the park. He was whistling a tune that echoed eerily in the stillness, one I couldn't quite place. His silhouette grew clearer as he approached, and I noticed something glinting in his hand. My heart raced. What was it? Curiosity battled with instinctual unease. He looked to be in his 80s, his dark skin weathered and marked by time, gray hair fluttering softly in the evening breeze. But it was the object in his hand that held my attention captive, a rusty old machete. Keeping my distance, I instinctively tightened my grip on my fishing rod, the metal feeling cold and foreign against my palm. What was a man like him doing here, alone in the gathering twilight? My mind conjured scenarios of violence, desperation, or even madness. As he leaned casually against the railing just 5 feet away, I wondered if this would be the last catch of my life. 10 minutes passed like an eternity. I could hear the faint chirps of crickets awakening to the night, but their sounds felt like whispers of warning. My eyes darted between his weathered face and the blade glimmering ominously in the fading light. Did he see me watching? Did he sense my anxiety? The whistling had stopped, replaced by an awkward silence that hung thick in the air. Finally, he broke the stillness. "I'm leaving," he said, his voice low and gravelly, yet surprisingly gentle. Without another glance at me, he turned and slowly walked away, the shadows swallowing him up as he disappeared into the darkness. I felt an unsettling curiosity grip me. What had he been doing with that machete? I watched in disbelief as he faded into the trees, his silhouette swallowed whole by the darkness, the crunch of twigs beneath his heavy boots fading away. It was only then that I'd been holding my breath, bracing myself against an unseen threat that never fully materialized. But just as the weight of his absence began to ease, a rustling noise slithered through the underbrush from the direction he'd come. My heart plummeted as I squinted into the oppressive blackness of the woods. Had he left something behind? A chill slithered down my spine, cold enough to raise the hairs on my neck. The air thickened with a sense of impending doom. With shaky hands, I packed my gear, every nerve ending screaming for me to flee. And just as I turned to escape this accursed place, a low, mournful whisper wound its way through the trees, unmistakably carrying his haunting tune. It echoed in my mind, twisting with the rustling leaves, a dark reminder that some figures from the shadows never fully depart. That night, as I lay in bed, sleep became a distant memory. Each creak of the house sounded like footsteps. Each flicker of light cast monstrous shapes that danced against the walls. In the depths of night, I could almost feel his presence lurking just beyond the curtain of darkness. The old man with the machete was out there, and I couldn't shake the feeling that he wasn't finished with me yet. Finished. Perhaps he would return, emerging from the whispering woods, clutching secrets wrapped in blood and malice. Or perhaps he was simply a specter of the night, forever haunting me, his laughter echoing softly through the trees, weaving tales of despair into the very fabric of my thoughts. And as I surrendered to restless dreams, the shadows took on lives of their own, weaving and writhing across my vision, whispering secrets just out of reach. They beckoned me deeper into the darkness, reminding me that not all who lurk in the night seek the light. Some are drawn to feed on fear, waiting for the moment when the darkness swallows you whole. This has been another tale from the vault, scary stories to fall asleep to If you enjoyed this chilling tale, share your own scary stories below. Tell me what you thought of this tale, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more haunting stories like this. Good night, and sleep tight if you can.